Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam, sir. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
We start with the great name of Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today is our lecture number 3. Okay. We are going to cover some part of LO1 and LO2. From LO1, we have content, assess the importance of ethical guidelines in IT, evaluate the impact of current ethical issues in an organization. Sorry, it's in. Then we have indicative content that is related to our LO1, IT role, responsibilities against others, responsibilities against society. Society means public. Then we have privacy, accuracy, and security. Okay, IT role responsibilities. It says if I am or someone is an IT personnel, then he or she cannot get away from his or her duties even with your superior permit. What's this mean? For example, if there is a scenario that you're to do an extra with assurance of duty, then you have to normalize it. You have to make it understand either is this task is in my duty or not. Is it ethical to perform in my duty? And employer who is assigned a task or function is considered to the responsible person for that role, and it is purely responsible for that role. In this sense, a foreman in a chemical plant may be responsible for disposing of crumbs of toxic waste even if a forklift operator transfers the drum from plant to truck. Means who will be the responsible? The person who had have assigned task. Means whose duty is there. A foreman, not the forklift operator. Even though a forklift operator can do the same one, but the responsible one will be addressed even if there is some bad thing happen like accident. In the other case, the software developers and the software engineers were assigned the responsibility of designing the software and hardware of machine insofar it's insofar as their design were deficient, they were responsible for those deficiencies. Why? Because it's their duty to design the hardware, or either they are working on hardware or software. It's their responsibility to design a defect less design so that they will get a development machine. They will get under development machine, means development cycle. Even if they had completed their assigned task, the responsibility of the organization. And you, for example, if you are a software developer and you made a design for your software for a software product of your client, and when it's get deployed in the real time environment, and some that app will get hacked or get under the attacks of hackers or some other attacks, then you will be responsible for that because you developed the design. Then, after the designing, you develop the infrastructure or the structure of that app, right? Or that software or the software product. So you will be purely responsible for that. So everything that is in your responsibility. You must take care of your responsibilities within the duty hours. An issue?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Assess the importance of ethical guidelines and responsibilities against others. Treat equally with respect, behavior, welcome face, professionally and morally. It means either you're IT person or either you are a supervisor. You should behave, and treat everyone equally with a welcome face. Means a happy face, always welcome and eager to do something extra. And professionally, you should control your temper if there is something wrong happening around you. And morally, if there is something that is unusual around you, then you have to take care with morale. Okay? With while everyone deserves respect from everyone else, when professionals interact with each other, they should demonstrate a kind of respect called collegiality. Example. For example, when one professional use the idea of second one, the first one should be credited. Okay. In a research article, an author gives credit by properly citing the sources of ideas due to other authors, just like we did in the end of this slide. As this, I am properly giving, you can say, I am giving proper credit to these online sites for material handling. For from that sites, I collect my material for my slides. So I am properly giving them a credit. Alright. In a research article, an author gives credit by properly citing the sources of ideas due to other authors in previously published articles. Using these ideas without attribution constitutes plagiarism. If you don't give them credit properly, then it will called as a plagiarism. The same plagiarism, academics consider plagiarism unethical because it represents the theft of ideas and misinterpretation. Okay, any issue in this responsibilities against others?
No doubt, sir.
Thank you. All right. Then we have responsibilities against society means public. Computing professionals share their special obligations to guarantee the safety of public and to improve the quality of life of those who use computers and information systems. Okay, as a part of this obligation, computer professionals should enhance the public understanding of computing. The responsibility to educate the public is a collective responsibility of computing professionals as a whole. Individual professionals might fulfill the responsibility in their own ways. For example, if computer professionals want to share opinions while there is a decision that either we should install software on a public access computer in libraries or not, because in libraries it is a chance that public or some other ones can use the internet or the network for their personal use or some commercial use. So by professional, by computing professional, it is the responsibility as a whole to launch and deploy such software in that library's computers so that if anyone else or outside from the library want to access something that is commercial or want to access the network for its personal or commercial use, then he or she can't do so. Computing professional can participate in communities, may affect the decision by providing technical facts. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Ethics in organization. Accuracy. Accuracy must be considered during collection of data to ensure decision made about an individual, a software, or a software product have valid support. Authentication methods can include asking the person to verify the information collected or to verify the reliability of the primary source. For example, let's take an example about data collection of services or service-based organization, just like a call center where the data of a person or an individual that is a client is very important. So they will ask from the client either you want this policy or this package or whatever they want to sell, either they want it or not. For confirmation, they need their personal profile confirmation, either their name, either their SSN, either their contact number. So in this way, they are getting accurate data into that database on which they are dealing on. Failure to do so can result in an individual not being able to receive goods, receive service, or perhaps not receive a benefit they should otherwise be entitled to. For example, let's take an Ali. Ali, the person who got just say a service of air condition repair service. Okay, entitled or customer care agent comes on the door of Ali and asks permission either you are having service or not, or your service is done or not. He will ask some question to Mr. Ali, and Mr. Ali says, "No, I do not need that service or that repairing service from your company," and he will lose the opportunity for repairing service. In this way, company tackles the situation. How? Because the address, entitled name were correct, but the individual that do not want that service either intentionally or non-intentionally, it is totally up to them. Security and privacy. In an organization, everyone needs security and privacy about their data and about the public's data if they are doing some service in the real market. Security and privacy. In an organization, security and privacy must be the top priority either of employee data or the customer data if you are doing some service in the real market. Example, for a service-based company like Uber, where clients' data have some sensitive information. What kind of sensitive information is it? Phone number, location with history. Location also a sensitive data because everyone's location is the private and on their own phone. Okay, security and privacy. Everyone needs security and privacy in any organization, or if organization is serving some service to some customers, then customers' data also needs some security and privacy according to that organization's rule. Example, for a service-based company like Uber, where clients' data have some sensitive information like phone number, location with history, payments, and much more. Much more means transaction history from where individual has been traveled. Here, every company should be able to keep the data secure and private. If they are unable to, then people can lodge a complaint to the government about data leaks like the Facebook and FBI matter. Do you know about Facebook and FBI matters?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, now we are going to learn our LO2. Understand legal and regulatory issues relating to the use of IT in organization. We have some content, evaluate current legal and regulatory issues relating to the use of IT in organization. Evaluate the impact of a legal or regulatory issue in IT on an organization. Explain our contracting process relating to an IT development. Assess the impact of legislation in HCI, human computer interaction. We have some indicative content. We will talk about this in our slides right now. Legislation overview. It is a legal issues in IT. If we talk about legislation IT, then we need to study a collection of hundreds of legislation about it because international community developed many and hundreds of legislation from the evolution of computer till now. But here, according to the Tulane University, Whatever the legislation we study for best IT practices, we should study about the data, its privacy, how it gets leaked, security, new maintainable and most secure environment for data safety and techniques. Everyone in this world contribute to produce data because everyone having internet and producing some data against that internet usage related to business, personality, education, like we are doing, sales and purchase, banking and online transactions, and much more. So, there are a lot of legislations to protect the data from being got unauthorized access. Specific legislation following a year-long investigation by FTC. The Department for Justice will file a complaint on behalf of Commission alleging that Facebook repeatedly used deceptive disclosure and settings to undermine user privacy preferences in violation of its 2012 FTC order. Means there Facebook was violating a rule. So Facebook was violating a rule that is according to their American laws. So Facebook was using settings and deceptive disclosure means they are deceiving the people of America that they are not using their data and their private data about their profile on the Facebook, and they are not leaking their private data into dark world, but they are doing so. That's why FTC caught them and FBI put a allegation that you are misusing and mistreating the users' data all around the world. So they got alleged and they are fined around $200 million, I think so. These tactics allow the company to share users' personal information with third-party apps that were downloaded by the user's Facebook friends. Means that apps were downloaded from from Facebook, and these are called user Facebook friends. The FTC alleges that many users were unaware that Facebook was sharing such information about them. Okay, regulatory issues in IT, standards and regulation. The GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, this this protection body is formed in America, also catalyzed a wave of new legislation, including California's sweeping consumer privacy law and the proposed American Data Dissemination Act. Basically, whatever the act that is producing in GDPR will be applicable for international users of internet. What this means is today it's harder than ever to start a software company, and with increasing regulations shifting the burden of privacy breaches onto companies, it's become even harder. As world is increasing data, so a great number of legislation are getting passed by GDPR due to data attacks evolution. As data is increased, so data attacks evolution has been started. How they are attacking on server sides, on databases for data sets onto Google, for data onto Yandex, just like they are using cookies, sessions for collection of data, for collection of data about banking systems, for collection of passwords onto Chrome. Any issue, Nisma, here?
No doubt, sir.
Thank you. Policies. Access control. E-messaging means electronic messaging, monitoring, remote access, and server security. There are a lot of policies that can protect people's data right internationally. Such policies include all factors mentioned above, means these factors, and require from users to be careful in online world. These users are us, me, my family, my neighborhood. These are all the users of internet. People should be careful while using apps that are custom built and not identified by protected bodies, just like GB WhatsApp is not identified and protected by the Google Play Store. Don't allow these apps to access your location, contacts, or phone gallery, just like Facebook did. Be aware about using online tools, site, gaming servers, Discord like while chatting with friends or doing electronic message and family. Instead, people should use trusted, secure mediums for electronic messaging. All nationals are getting monitored by the government bodies for anything illegal, harassment text, threats, or any illegal writings by anyone. So everyone feels secure with freedom. As world is moving fast with internet, so many companies in the modern era find work from home. This is work from home, WFH, work from home, more qualified than with workspaces. Okay, but with this, the remote access becomes threat. How? For example, Nisma, just take a scenario. For example, you are the employee of some company, and I am the supervisor of data security, or you can say, um, I have the subscription logins for our security system, and you need to log into your account. If I just email you your username and your password onto your email inbox, and if your computer get hacked, then your password and your username will got affected. Just like this. So this is how your remote access will get affected, and it can become a threat. The remote access becomes threat to everyone because no one knows who and from where can access the account or either server. If they are not able to access the account, so they can attack onto servers to get access, and this access may be called as root access for our account. Many data breaches are done in international governing bodies where employees are getting access remotely by email, just like we discuss our scenario, e-text, text, electronic messaging, and many other mediums. Attackers hacks the databases, get access of server, change the root access, just like Yahoo Mail in 2007 likewise. It was the incident of 2007 when Yahoo Mail got hacked totally from the root access. Their admin cannot get into the databases and cannot access any account onto Yahoo Mail when Yahoo Mail was very famous. And they install a virus, or you can say a DOM, where every password or every account can be accessible after the attack. After the attack, when everything is resumed, any account will be accessible even without knowing its username and password. How? They just change the root access from servers of Yahoo Mail, and every mail inbox will be accessible by typing just 40123 will be the password of every email inbox. That was the meaning that changed the root access just like Yahoo Mail in 2007. Employee contracts. Okay, everyone in the organization is serving to that organization with some contract. Employee contracts are of three types: temporary, permanent, and bond. Now we are going to discuss the difference. Temporary employment contract, at which both company and employee agree, but only company have right to withdraw the vacancy at any time. Although employee also have right to leave that vacancy at any time, but at temporary employment contract, the major ball is in the company code. Okay. Now the permanent employment contract, at which both company and employee agree, where both company and employee have the rights to leave the vacancy anytime, but in return company have to give some time of 7 working days to employee to find another new job. With this, company must pay 3 months salary in advance to leaving employee if and only if when company lay off the employee. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now bond. Bond basically a strong contract between employee and company at which both company and employee agree. But here, if employee wants to leave the company within the contract time period, then he or she needs to pay the fine to company, which has been settled by the company on the time of hiring. Means when company do some hiring and any candidate who is capable of getting that job, then company if company wants to do a bond employment contract, then company settle a fine that if you leave us in 1 year or 2 year, then you should have to pay, for example, 100,000 PSA reals or whatever the currency they wanna deal with. So you should pay 100,000 in term of fine, which has been settled by the company on the time of hiring, and if not able to do so, then company has the right to lodge a complaint with 3 month sentence. Means employee will be in jail for 3 months. This is how bond will get treated across the IT companies. Development agreements. Basically, these development agreements are those agreements which are launched by the companies to develop a new career and develop a new skill into their employees to get the progress high according to year wise progress scale. It is a type of agreement that company do with their employee, majorly the permanent ones. Also, if company wants to launch a talent hunt programs for getting fresh talent as an intern, then it's also called development career agreement. Companies like Microsoft often launches development programs for the individual who are usually performing average with yearly report to boost their performance and getting a better professional than competitors. In return, such agreement company reserve the right to reserve that professional with the company until the goal is achieved. Confidentiality agreement. These confidentiality agreements are done with some HR by data controllers from that individual. For example, the individual who is controlling the profiles or the database or the data servers of system and the company. So they are getting agreements with confidentiality. A confidentiality agreement is a legal agreement that binds one or more parties to a non-disclosure NDA, non-disclosure agreement. This information cannot get disclosed until the supervisor permission. Non-disclosure of confidential or is property information. A confidentiality agreement is often used in situations wherein sensitive corporate information or property knowledge is not to be made available to the general public or competitor. It is also called NDA, non-disclosure agreement. In a workplace, any individual who has access to such sensitive information, an employee or a contractor for a firm, is often required to sign a confidentiality agreement to guard against the disclosure of competitive information that may harm the firm. The agreement is unilateral, bilateral, or multilateral if many parties will have access to the sensitive information. Example, agreement with HR. He or she has some sensitive data about firm. Server admin, database admin, document controller. These roles can sign confidentiality agreements with some companies. Collaborative agreement. Collaborative agreements are signed within multi companies or a company that is doing the project of some on the behalf of some other company. A collaborative agreement is a legally binding agreement between two or more parties that outlines how they will work together on a commercial project, the role and the responsibilities each during the project, and how each will get benefit from the collaboration. When a business decides to work with another on a small project, they sign a project collaboration agreement to combine their resources and reach a shared objective. Just like uh, Burj Al Khalifa, I think so, in the time of developing, many companies bond a collaborative agreement to form a better collaborative environment and to make the project done within the given time frame. A mutual goal and a clear project trajectory are essential to any collaboration agreement, unlike a general partnership, which can span for years at a time and even form a new company. Collaboration agreements are more limited with fixed timelines and measurable goals. For example, agreements for developing straight line city that is developing right now in the KSA, developing light speed internet network under the sea that is developing under India, China, Moscow, Pakistan, and with some part of Iran and Dubai. Intellectual property. Intellectual property means these are the group of mind, means these are the group of personalities that can decide some decision and their decision can affect someone's life or some company's progress positively. Intellectual property refers to creation of minds, means a team or a group of intelligent people whose idea or decision may affect the progress positively, such as invention, policies, laws. Example, copyright. Copyright is a policy that can affect positively in the growth. Trademark. OpenAI, the new software. Useful software products like Oracle, OpenAI, MS Office, Google Data Studio are the example of that intellectual property products. Functionality, impact of legislation in HCI. We are going to discuss functionality and usability. For example, okay, just like take if you visit spreadsheet and if you do some operation MS Excel, you will feel the same experience, right? Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. These are common and these are interrelated to one another, but these are two different products. The human computer interaction is directly linked with innovation and advancement. When human interacts with computer, a new technology based program is formed. For example, if a layman interact with some computer and he identified a deficiency that is inside the user interface of some software product, then for that deficiency, programmers or developers can form a new user interface, a better interface for everyone. This new technology based program helps in making innovation possible. For example, if we talk about spreadsheet and MS Excel, they both have same function, but they both have some different user interfaces. MS Excel have some extra features as compared to spreadsheet. But spreadsheet is easy to use and most of us are go likely have spreadsheet data. Similarly at the Google Docs and MS Access, sorry MS Word. Explanation. Spreadsheet and Excel is nearly same, but if we go deeply with respect to some design, functionality, and usability, then we have Excel, which has enriched option for doing operation and better HCI design than spreadsheet. Similarly, we can produce reusable data. How, for example, the operations that NISMA want to do with some data, and that data is in spreadsheet. So NISMA will produce a CSV file of that spreadsheet and export it and import it in the Excel. Do some operation and then again export it in the form of CSV and import in the spreadsheet and present it in some corporation or organization where NISMA have some presentation professionally. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Reliability and efficiency according to SCI design. In legislation of SCI, it's prohibited to produce a design that has hidden options or hidden features for operations. So, in order to make any project more reliable, professional divert the intentions towards shortkeys, just like the Windows. Windows has some operations that are not, you can say, regular operations. They can only be done while pressing hotkeys. For example, in MS Word, we can write Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with the name of our Prophet by pressing hotkeys, but we cannot write as it is by writing. So, professional divert the intention towards shortkeys. The concept where user or professional can do the same operation without design option just by pressing hotkeys. This process is more efficient because not a layman can use it until needed. Usually, laymen just use the front end of products and carry out an operation, but only professional knows how to use the IT products completely. So in this way, it elaborates the efficiency of that tool, maintainability and portability. Some IT products or software are not portable, just like computer desktop, as computer desktop are electricity originated and they just consume electricity while doing work. These are hard to maintain as compared to modern laptops or user machines. Laptops or user machines mean, for example, some machines are using Unix, Linux, or some other types of Linux, or using Trojan. Nowadays, new foldable and portable laptops are more adaptive due to modern and sleek design, making an attractive and eye-catchy HCI. Okay, Isman, can you please tell me if you are going to buy a laptop, then which one you would like to prefer?
So basically, I would go for the one which has more functionalities. At the same time, it won't be costing a lot.
Okay, so the design and weight isn't good for you?
I would say design and the price. That would matter a lot.
Yeah, sure. Design, functionality, and
Hmm.
weight. All three
Yes.
factors makes all three factor makes a laptop costly. Either sleek design with maximum functionality or maximum features can be costly while having weight. But weight is a third party characteristics that we will cater. The first ever characteristics is functionality or features, then design, then weight. Okay. First, we will prefer functionality or the equipments that are built in. Then we will go for the design. Then we will go with weight. If we are If we want to get all three characteristics in one, then that will be a positive one. Let's talk about an example. In previous year, when computer hardware was massive and giving only KBs of data storage, there HCI played important roles and draw many legislation for minimizing hard drive size and increasing its storage. It is obvious that if our hard drive is so massive, then its data storage size or data storage capacity must be a massive either than KBs. Same material is used, but with different approach. Why? Due to legislations. Also, modern legislations are still improving their flexibility and allocating the ways to develop a maintainable. Sustainable means green products that are not causing pollution or that are not damaging the environment. Maintainable and portable products used in IT. Any question?
No question, sir.
All right. Thank you, Nisma. This is all from my side. Now we will talk about our assignment. Okay. I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
giving you an overview. Okay. Here we have a scenario. In this scenario, we are going to develop a
Mm.
journal. Okay. You should have to develop a journal. Means you should have to write a journal. So please do some external research how to write your journal and the topic and the scenario. You can check it from here. You have gained a post as an IT technician at the PAT Judiciary Lab, which is a private clinic with a wide range of patients with foot ailments. Okay, foot ailment. This role is varied and will allow you to demonstrate both business computing and technical computing skills. As a part of your induction program, you need to create a personal reflective journal. Do you know about personal reflective journal?
No, sir, I don't have an idea.
Okay. The journal in which you should assess yourself. Okay, means self-assessment journal. You should have to write a journal in which you are assessing yourself as a IT technician
IT
at
professional.
TPC. Okay, which will be in several parts. You will need to assess yourself. Okay, now check this. You will need to assess yourself against IT professional standards and produce a journal. Okay, on ethical and legal issues relating to the use of IT. Now, our activity number one is from LO3. You should not take part number one or activity number one. But we have done our LO1 and LO2. You should go from part number two and part number three. As we have done both LOs, so try to gather data according to these two activities requirement. Okay, try to gather and cater all the requirements and start writing your journal. Your journal, okay, let me give you an idea how you are going to check up your journal. So, a professional journal, oh, okay. Journal structure for writing an academic journal article. I am sharing this link with you. Okay, chat. Kindly copy this link from your chat. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll copy.
Okay. Copy this link ASAP
Done.
and try to write your journal. Okay, this is the general structure for writing an academic journal article. Okay, so this is how you are going to write your journal. The link is in your box. Try to get all the requirements. Let me explain you. While you are gathering your requirement, this phase is called requirement elicitation stage in the software industry. Okay, the requirement elicitation stage, the stage at which you are going to gather your requirements for software product or whatever the purpose you are going through. Okay,
Yes, sir.
start collecting data from part 2, part 3, because we have done LO2 and LO1 as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. I hope you have no queries, and
I don't
inshallah.
have queries. Now I'll go through the assignment
Okay.
brief and the link you gave me. Then if I have any queries, then I'll get back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Nisma. Thank you for your time. Take
You're
care. Allah
welcome.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.